So I want to take a few minutes at this time and introduce you to Cirrus, which is the training and assessment software you'll be using throughout this course. Cirrus is a revolutionary cloud-based virtual desktop training and assessment system that streamlines course management for instructors and optimizes learning and skill development for students. So it's going to allow you to learn and work through these different features of Word and strengthen your skills while providing you instant feedback. You'll have several opportunities throughout all of the different assignments that you're complete to be successful. So when you go into the Cirrus tab in D2L, you're going to see different information that you're going to need. In regards to the system requirements, will you be able to work in the open lab or at your home computer? I've also provided information on getting started, how you will enroll in Cirrus, the link that will take you to the login screen, and I will provide the join code, which will look something similar to this. You will have the access code when you purchase it from the bookstore. And remember, you can get it at the Owens bookstore. Help and support, you want to make sure that anytime you run into a technical issue, you want to click on the support page, and then you're going to want to do the live chat by clicking in the bottom right-hand corner, the blue circle, clicking on technical support, and then they will assist you with any problems or questions that you have at that time. Don't wait. Make sure you do reach out to them right away. As far as what's required, this document here where it says assignments and attempts, we'll go over each item that you're going to see when you go into Cirrus. When you first go into Cirrus, it might be a little overwhelming because there are so many different opportunities for learning. Some of these are going to be optional, so if you choose to do them, that's up to you. Some are going to be required, and that's indicated on this document. In addition, there's a video that will describe each one of these items and how to complete them. So you're going to see, for example, if you do better with watching videos and listening, you're going to want to complete the watch and learn tutorials. They're not required because some people are going to need that extra assistance and some might already be familiar with the feature. So take advantage of it if you need it. The required tutorials for everyone are the guide and practices, and I'm going to show you what they look like in just a moment. Some of you might need that guided assistance of being told where to go and click. Try to not just do the click and not paying attention to what's exactly happening because it is teaching you about the feature. You are required to do the practice. So if you don't need that guided assistance, you can skip to the practice, but these will be checked off and go towards that 10% tutorial grade that were mentioned in the course evaluation. As far as optional assessments, you're going to see chapter summaries, you're going to see command reviews, you're going to see knowledge checks. Those are great ways to prepare for the required concept exams. Do you know the terminology? Do you understand it? Do you need to go back to the book and read through the chapter? And finally, the last optional assessment are chapter exercises. I highly recommend you complete these. You can do them an unlimited number of times. You'll get immediate feedback. So if you're not understanding a particular feature, you could reach out. I can assist you with that, but it's not going to go against your grade either way. As far as the required assessments, you're going to notice the 3 check marks: the concept exams, the project exams, and the skill exams. And again, these are links to videos to show you how to do these. As far as the attempts that are allowed on each item, this is also listed. So the chapter exercises, which I said I highly recommend, you have unlimited attempts on those, and the grade is not going to affect you. Tutorials, again, you have unlimited attempts. As long as they show that they've been completed, you will earn credit. The concept exams, you get 2 attempts. So don't just take one grade and get a bad grade. and never take that opportunity to improve. So again, you get 2 attempts, the highest grade will post. For the chapter, project, and skill exams, which are required, you get 3 attempts. And on the skill exam, you'll notice you get 3 attempts for each question in addition to. Now, when it comes to the test, you're going to have a unit project and a unit skill exam for each unit. Those only have 1 attempt. Okay, so all of this information, again, is located under the Cirrus information in D2L. At this time, I'm actually going to launch Cirrus and show you what it looks like when you're in Cirrus, how to go about logging in, and what the different exercises look like. So the very first time you are enrolling, you're going to click on Getting Started and follow the directions that I've provided in D2L. Once you have set up your email and password, you just need to log in each time. So I'm just going to show you once you log in. Now it may look a little bit different because I am going in as an instructor versus a student, but for the most part, yours is going to look very similar to this. You're going to see a dashboard. If you're taking more than one course that utilizes Cirrus, you'll see them all listed here. For the one course that you're taking, it might just have the OAT 157 or Word Level 1, and you're just going to open that course. Sometimes when you come in, it might tell you what items are required as far as the due dates. You don't need to, you can click on these items or you can just say go to course. So when you come in, you're going to see the home screen. And again, this is giving you a picture of what the textbook looks like, which you've seen in D2L. This is providing the ebook, as well as all of the different pieces of information that are located within this textbook or ebook. This is level 1 and level 2 together. We are covering all of level 1 and covering 5 chapters out of level 2. So when you go into the module area, again, it's going to look similar to this. It might look a little bit different, but you'll notice that your ebook is the first item. So again, you can launch this ebook. It will allow you to view and go through as far as just like you would a textbook. So this is what that would look like. So again, you're going to see, for example, this is chapter 2. You're going to see the objectives. And as you go through, you can read. You're going to see, different illustrations. The book has a lot of good information as far as within tables. You can also work through some of the activities if you want to work in Word by itself prior to completing the assignments. But again, all of this information is located in the ebook. When you're actually ready to complete the assignments, everything is set up very similar. So every chapter is going to have the training or the tutorials, which again are 10% of your final grade. As I said before, you're going to see there's different watch and learn lessons available. In this particular chapter, there are 6. And then you have the guide and practice tutorials. Again, the watch and learn are optional. The guide and practice are required. One item to notice is that every required item has a due date, and you will see a date posted for every item that is required. So in this chapter, there are 6 tutorials to complete in the training portion. Below the training portion, you're going to see the review and assessment area. You will notice underneath the chapter summary, the commands review, and the knowledge check, there are no due dates. Therefore, those are not required. Again, for the chapter exercises, these are the items that I said I would highly recommend that you complete. But again, you'll notice there's no due date. You have multiple attempts. I highly recommend them, but they are not required. The project exam, the skills exam, and the concept exam are all the required items that go towards your final grade. And again, you will notice there are due dates by each one of these items. The concept exam, as I said before, is going to be answering questions. So that's why doing the knowledge checks or the chapter reviews would be good. So you're going to see you have a question, multiple choice questions. In this particular chapter, you're going to see you have 20 questions. Very important that when you finish all of your questions, you click Finish Attempt so that it submits to be graded. If you don't click Submit, it is not going to come through and it will not be graded. Once you've completed the concept exam, you have the opportunity to review to see what you got correct, what you got incorrect. You'll even see some reference information. If you want to go back to the textbook, look at the page number, review if you're not sure about something. And my recommendation for doing the concept exams is to always have a blank Word document open so you can test things. I don't expect you to remember all of these shortcut keys. Shortcut keys are going to be something you remember as you need them. The more you use them, the more you find it useful, those are going to be the ones you remember. So if you don't remember every one that you're seeing, go to a Word document, do a process of elimination, try them. If you don't remember what Control O means, go and try that. It means to open a document. Control P means to print. But you'll be able to see that when you actually are in Word and you are attempting to use those. So I do recommend doing that. When you actually are going into the project or the skill exams, for example, you're actually going to be working in Microsoft Office Live. So I'm just going to launch one so you can see what it would look like. And again, if you are having trouble, a technical issue, I will tell you that if your internet connection is not strong, things will run slow. You might run into problems. Go to the campus and use the Open Lab if you need to. So this is a project exam, and it's going to give you the directions that you're going to be working on one document. It's going to say click Next to go to the next task. And at the very end, you're going to check your answer. And it's going to tell you exactly what you got incorrect. So I'm going to click Next. This is a short one because it is the first chapter, rather introductory. So you are going to only have 3 tasks. Okay? If you are not seeing this in your full screen, you can hit Escape. It will minimize and you can try launching it again. But you should be able to see all of this in this full screen. The directions, you can relocate them to wherever you need to so you can see your document. And again, you're actually in Word Live. So you're working on everything that you would if you were working in Word by itself. So this says to complete a spelling and grammar check on the document. It's telling you that a particular word is correct spelling. So again, I'm going to move this up so you can see. So I would just go and I would perform this actual step. I can see there's 4 spelling errors, 2 grammar. So again, I would go through, I would make the corrections as I need to. This is a repeat word, so I'm actually going to delete that repeated word. So I corrected all of them. Now I have to correct the grammar. Okay, so once everything has been corrected, I'm going to click Next, go on to the next step. Again, the direction is going to tell me what to do. I'm going to skip that one just so you can kind of see how it checks the answer. This one says to insert the word final before the word report in the first sentence of the first paragraph. And once you finish, you click check answer, and then it actually goes through and it checks your answer for you. So you're going to see that I actually did get the one wrong.